Chapter 1. You are listening at FameTV.info. Summer is hot and there are few pedestrians. A car came slowly from a distance and finally stopped in front of a rather old community building. Two people came down from the car, one in a suit and shoes, the other in a casual dress, shaking his legs. Today / young people are really good at playing. The man in suit and shoes looked at the man in casual clothes and sighed secretly. He doesn't / even have a girlfriend, but he / s. Squeezed every day. On the 7th floor, my girlfriend used to be very nice, but I just don't / know why. It / s like a different person these days. The big boy / s shyness doesn't / appear abrupt in him. Fong Mo, who is only 18 years old, belongs to the sequence of big boys at this time. He can also watch movies and fantasize. Originally thought that he would kiss his girlfriend at the wedding and enter the bridal chamber in the future, which would produce more things. Let his most unexpected thing happen, girlfriend mutation, all day saying that the end is coming, he will be a devil. Even so, at most, there is a bias in thought. Older children can be forgiven, but what he can / tolerate most is that his girlfriend, like a good girl, is gone. Instead, it is a woman who is more terrible than a deep girl and a resentful woman. Every day, at least 8 times that he felt that he was only one step away from death. Dr. Liu, are you in a daze? Let / s hurry up. My girlfriend will be angry if she finds out I haven't / been back for an hour. Fong Mo / s face was full of shyness and panic. Dr. Liu looked at him, smiled, raised his feet and entered the community building. Elevator. No, in the old community, you have to climb stairs. Dr. Liu is okay. He often exercises and has good physical quality, but Fong Mo was almost. He trembled every step he took. When Dr. Liu saw it, he was quite speechless. He stepped back, then held Fong Mo and said, "Young man, don't / take too much care of your body, you know. I know the truth, but my girlfriend won / let me go." Fong Mo shook his head and was afraid. Dr. Liu felt choked and didn't / speak again. Instead, he helped Fong Mo to walk upstairs. 7th floor, here we are. Fong Mo walked to a door, carefully opened the door, explored the probe inside, waved to Dr. Liu and whispered, "She should not be awake yet. Come in with me." Dr. Liu went into the room speechless, looked at Fong Mo / careful appearance, shook his head and didn't / speak, but he made up his mind to educate his girlfriend later. Isn't / this nonsense, how can you indulge yourself at the age of 18 or 9? And, still a girl. When he entered the room, he first saw a small warm living room with sofa, refrigerator, TV, computer and dressing table. There is no difference from the adult world. Fong Mo looked at him and said with a smile, "My girlfriend cleaned up. She is very diligent. She usually doesn't / do these things, but since she changed, she began to clean up the house." Dr. Liu gave Fong Mo a reassuring look, didn't / stay in the living room, and stepped into the bedroom. Fong Mo was stunned that he remembered saying that his girlfriend was sleeping. How could he go in directly? Don / He wanted to hold Dr. Liu, but the latter shook his arm and let him lie on the ground. Don / what? She / s like that. She / s afraid of being seen. He sneered. Fong Mo thought it was strange that a normal person suddenly became like this. He struggled to stand up, but the other party had opened the door and went straight in. Ah! Who are you? A scream belongs to Fong Mo / s girlfriend. Fong Mo rushed in with an arrow, regardless of his legs shaking. Then he saw that Dr. Liu had sat by the bed and took out a TT in front of the table. He gently opened his mouth to Yi Ching and said, "Don't / be afraid, I / am here to treat you." As he spoke, he opened the TT in his hand and began to take off his clothes at the same time. Fong Mo was stunned, but in a moment, he was angry from his heart, evil to the side of courage, picked up a glass cup beside the table and rushed over. "Is there anything special about treating diseases? Did you treat them like this?" Great momentum, but poor strength. Doctor Lu just raised his hand, gently grabbed FameTV's arm and sneered, "Why do you think I came to the door? Do you really think a psychologist costs 50 yuan an hour? Tut." As he spoke, he pushed FameTV aside. FameTV, who was pushed to the ground again, looked helpless, but soon took out his mobile phone and wanted to dial the 3 numbers. Pop. Dr. Lu, who had taken off half of his clothes, came up and knocked down his mobile phone and said contemptuously, "Don/T waste your mind. You are a dying man. Can you still struggle in front of me?" In a flash, he looked at FameTV's girlfriend again. The flame of desire seemed to burn everything. "Did you bring it?" Yi Qingqing said the first sentence. His eyes were cold. He didn't look at Dr. Lu, but looked at FameTV. "Yes." FameTV shook his head again when he said this. "I want to treat you. Your spirit is not quite right. I have no other meaning. I didn't expect that he would be an animal. I don't know if it's an illusion. Don't find that the cold in her eyes dissipated slightly, then he found himself tied up, like a pig. I am a psychologist, but you re just an ordinary student. I can say that you have a mental problem. At that time, God doesn't know it. Is it very desperate?" He laughed as if he had succeeded, then he took off his trousers and stared at Yi Qingqing, whose face was always calm, and said, "You are so beautiful." As the saying goes, there are 3 most beautiful moments for women: one is to dress up, the other is to bring rain to pair flowers, and the third is to wake up. This time, Yi Qingqing just woke up with a little ruddy under his dream. She looked at what Dr. Lu had done without panic. When he took off his last clothes, she stood up, the snow-white skin, the white neck like a swan, and the mystery hidden by the underwear make her look so charming. But the next moment, she turned into the infernal devil. With a knife in her hand, she simply chopped off Dr. Lu/'s words. "Ah! You! Dr. Lu was so hurt that he burst. He covered his face and looked at Yi Qingqing, who had just stood up. He stammered, You want to die?" Yi Qingqing did not look at him, but the other Mo said coldly, "See, this is the people/'s heart. I told you many times that people can believe it, but you just don't believe it. If we were all ordinary people, what would happen now?" She came over with a knife, patted FameTV gently on his face, and then shouted, "What will happen? Miserable, helpless, painful, being regarded as a pig, even his favorite can be protected. What can I do?" FameTV murmured to himself, and his spirit began to be in a trance. Although Yi Qingqing/'s performance is not quite right these days, he doesn't have any desire to attack, but at this time, she changed, she became awe-inspiring. With only one knife, Dr. Lu, who was about to succeed, was no longer able to resist. Yi Qingqing pursed her lips and looked at FameTV's trance appearance. A trace of heartache flashed through her eyes. In a flash, she came to Dr. Lu like a devil, with a shy smile on her face, so pure and beautiful. The knife penetrated through Dr. Lu's eyes. A pair of beads were removed in an instant, but she didn't care about the blood on her hand and threw them away. Ah! You will be severely punished by the law. You are a devil. Dr. Lu shouted. Really? Yi Qingqing said softly, as if asking herself. Then she took out a bone removal knife from under the bed. Shwa, bang. Dr. Lu's 2 arms were completely cut off. She was as calm as ever, as if what she did was just a small thing, like crushing an ant to death, and like a medical student dismembering a frog in medical class. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.